This is Stop Being Weak, the podcast where we destroy your excuses and build the man you were meant to be. No safe spaces, no participation trophies, just brutal truth that will change your life. I'm your host, and today we're talking about why your mind is either making you a king or keeping you a slave. Let's begin.
Listen up. I'm going to tell you the one quality that separates legends from losers, champions from chumps, kings from peasants. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not connections. It's the refusal to back down. It's the absolute, unwavering commitment to never quit, never surrender, never give up, never back down. Here's what weak men do when things get tough. They back down, they retreat, they surrender, they make excuses, they look for escape routes, they find reasons to quit. They convince themselves that backing down is smart, strategic, or reasonable. But backing down is never smart. It's always weakness. Strong men understand a fundamental truth. Backing down is not an option. Quitting is not in their vocabulary. Surrender is not in their DNA. Retreat is not in their playbook. They would rather die fighting than live surrendering. They would rather fail trying than succeed quitting. You think backing down protects you? It destroys you. You think retreat saves you? It enslaves you. You think surrender preserves you? It diminishes you. Every time you back down, you become smaller. Every time you retreat, you become weaker. Every time you surrender, you become less. The never back down mentality is not about being stupid or reckless. It's about being relentless and unstoppable. It's about understanding that some things are worth fighting for no matter what. It's about knowing that certain battles must be fought regardless of the odds. What are you willing to never back down from? Your dreams, your values, your family, your integrity, your goals, your standards? If you can't identify what you'll never back down from, you'll back down from everything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. The man who never backs down doesn't always win every battle, but he wins every war. He might lose fights, but he never loses heart. He might face defeats, but he never accepts defeat. He might get knocked down, but he always gets back up. And that makes all the difference. Here's what happens when you adopt the never back down mentality. First, you develop unbreakable persistence. When quitting is not an option, you find ways to continue. When backing down is not allowed, you find ways to move forward. When surrender is not permitted, you find ways to fight. Second, you build unstoppable momentum. Every time you refuse to back down, you build psychological momentum. Every time you push through when others would quit, you create forward motion. Every time you stand firm when others would retreat, you gain ground. Third, you earn unquestionable respect. People respect those who never back down. They might not always like them, but they always respect them. They know that when the chips are down, when the pressure is on, when everything is at stake, this is someone who will stand and fight. The never back down mentality is forged in fire. It's built through adversity, tested in chaos, and proven under pressure. You don't develop this mentality in comfort. You develop it in conflict. You don't build it in peace. You build it in war. Most men have never tested their never back down mentality because they've never been in situations that required it. They've lived comfortable lives where backing down was always an option. They've never been cornered, never been desperate, never been pushed to their absolute limits. But life will test you. It will put you in situations where backing down seems reasonable, logical, even smart. It will pressure you to quit, to surrender, to give up. It will offer you every excuse to retreat. That's when you discover what you're really made of. The boxer who gets knocked down 7 times but gets up 8. The entrepreneur who fails business after business but keeps starting new ones. The student who fails exam after exam but keeps studying. The athlete who loses competition after competition but keeps training. They understand. Never back down. Here's what backing down costs you. It costs you respect from others and from yourself. It costs you momentum. Every retreat makes the next retreat easier. It costs you opportunities. Doors close when you back down. It costs you growth. You only grow when you push through resistance. But never backing down gives you everything. It gives you strength. Each stand makes you stronger. It gives you confidence. Each victory over your urge to quit builds unshakable belief. It gives you character. You become someone who can be counted on when it matters most. The never back down mentality is not about never feeling the urge to quit. Everyone feels that urge. Everyone wants to back down sometimes. Everyone gets tired, discouraged, and overwhelmed. The difference is what you do with those feelings. Weak men let those feelings control their actions. Strong men control their actions despite those feelings. Weak men back down because they feel like it. Strong men push forward even when they feel like backing down. Your feelings are not your master. Your circumstances are not your commander. Your challenges are not your captain. You are. You decide whether to advance or retreat. You choose whether to fight or flee. You determine whether to stand or surrender. Here's your challenge starting today. Identify one area of your life where you've been backing down. One situation where you've been retreating instead of advancing. One challenge where you've been looking for exits instead of solutions. Stop backing down. Stop retreating. Stop looking for ways out. Turn around, face the challenge, and refuse to back down. Dig in your heels, set your jaw, square your shoulders, and fight. Remember this, every great achievement in history came from someone who refused to back down. Every innovation came from someone who wouldn't quit. Every breakthrough came from someone who wouldn't surrender. Every victory came from someone who never backed down. The world needs people who never back down. It needs men who stand firm when others retreat. It needs warriors who fight when others flee. It needs champions who advance when others surrender. Never back down from your dreams. Never back down from your values. Never back down from your goals. Never back down from your standards. Never back down from what you believe in. Never back down from who you're meant to become. The graveyard is full of people who back down. The history books are full of people who never did. Which group do you want to join? Never back down. Never surrender. Never quit. This is how legends are made.
That's your reality check for today. Your mind is either your weapon or your prison. The choice is yours every single morning. Stop making excuses for why you can't change. Start making moves that prove you already have. Remember, the war for your mind never ends, but neither should your fight to win it. This has been Stop Being Weak. Now get out there and become dangerous.